Join us live on the Sherry Lord Talk Show podcast. Start your day off with the Higher Vibrational Podcast with weekly guests covering spirituality, healthy foods, and so much more. Go to sherrylord.com for more info. Hello, everyone. It's such a pleasure to see everybody, and thank you for joining us. Make sure that you chat something like hello, and if you had a loved one who had passed, you can say, yes, I have. Let us know you're here in order for us to do our drawing. We have 2 drawings to give away, and I'm Sherry Lord, your influencer host podcast for the day. And we have a very special guest. We're going to be bringing her on, and she's going to share her story about Manasota Monarch design and how that got started. And she has an amazing story. We're going to bring her right on in just a minute, but I want to show you the gifts that we're going to be giving away. We got 2 gifts. One is from Satyama Publishing Company, and this is an oracle deck. And this is Whispering Herbs and Healing Cards. I think you can see the author, Evelyn Mull. I'm trying to see it from the back that I got. I believe it is Mulders, Evelyn Mulders. Thank you so much. Satyama, make sure you go to satyamapublishing.com, and they have a Facebook page too. And our second gift is very special. And Beth had made this, and she made this from the Venice Beach sands embedded in this. And this is a beautiful necklace that she has, and this is one of her giveaways that we are going to be giving. And she's been so blessed to gift us this. For whoever is entered into the drawing will receive that. And we want to say thank you, Beth Hoffeditz. We're so happy to have you. And I'm actually wearing one of your designs. But what I really was intrigued about when I met you is your story. The story how your design happened. And it was so touching. It was so memorable about your mother's passing that launched and helped you launch your own business with her help from the other side, or during and after her passing. But I think it's a great story. And can you share with us what had happened and how your mother helped you launch your business even when she had passed?
Yeah, for sure. We're coming up on the 1-year anniversary of her passing now, and a lot has happened for me in the last year, and I really have to attribute it mostly to her. And the day that she passed away, hospice had come, and they were taking her away. She passed away at home, which was a blessing for us. And as they pulled away, there was the most beautiful sunset, as we have down here in Southwest Florida. And just then, as they rounded the corner out of the driveway, a monarch butterfly fluttered right by me, came so close to me, and it was just an overwhelming feeling that I knew that was her. And I thought maybe it was a coincidence, but in my gut, I just felt like it was her. And as I started looking up the significance of monarch butterflies, I knew that they are said to be a visitor of the past, or something has passed beyond us. And so I took it to mean that that was definitely her. And then for the next, almost the next year now, because everywhere I go, a monarch butterfly just seems to come within close proximity of me. I've never really noticed them as much as I have in this past year. And I just feel like it's her coming to see me. And so that is kind of how we got the start with Manasota Monarch Designs as the name. Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can. This is wonderful.
Okay, great.
Story. Okay, great. And you have a lot of memories with your mother too. You know what I'm saying? And it has changed everything since she's passed as well.
Yeah, it was such a blessing to have her.
Yes, absolutely. And she's with you even as we're speaking. But what I love about it is that not only do you put sand in these beautiful necklaces, you also put the ashes of loved ones in here. And you were inspired to do that from her passing. And it can be an animal or a loved one or a favorite beach that you love. And you designed these. How did that kind of unfolded for you? Were you always doing this, or is this a gift you've always had?
I've always done some sort of arts or crafts. I've always considered myself pretty artistic, and I used to do a lot of stained glass. And then after she passed, I wanted a way to keep her close to me. I just felt like I wanted to have something tangible that I could hang on to something that was that she was always with me. So I got to thinking about it, and I had rediscovered fused glass, and so I ordered these molds with these little hearts to make these little mementos for my family. And I started with putting a little bit of clear glass in. It's all crushed ground up glass, and then you add in a little bit of the ashes. And when I say a little bit of the ashes, it is a tiny, minuscule amount of ashes, less than probably like the tip of your fingernail is what I put in there. So it's not much, but it's just enough. So I made these for my family members, and the more I made, the better they got, and everyone loved them so much. And whenever I go out somewhere, people see this and they think, "Oh, that's a really neat necklace. I like it." And then it kind of opens the door, and I tell them the story of how it all came about. And then in the back of it, I make it with the clear glass so that you can see the ashes. I know it doesn't really show up in this camera, but it's just gives me great comfort to just reach up and hold this little necklace when I think about her. I just feel like I'm always connected to her by having this on me. She's just with me everywhere I go.
Oh, and so many people, so many loved ones have been passing, and people love and miss them so much that it's nice that they can have one of these or make one for all the siblings or their family members, and everyone can have a piece of them no matter where they go. But what I really love about this, and these are really pretty, is that they're light. They're not heavy at all on you. They're very, 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 very light. So you were inspired by her to do your
I was. I really was. And the great thing about these is that they are glass. Resin is very popular right now, and I do like things that people are doing with resin, but these are glass. So it also gives you a little bit of the feeling that, yep, it is fragile and it can break, but it will never fade. And it's something that you can always have with you if you take good care of it. The fragility of it, I think, even makes it more special to me, because it's like life is fragile. Your love is precious and fragile, but the colors will always stay. They won't fade in the sun. They won't fade if they get wet. So it's just a nice memento to have, and it's something solid and tangible. So many people that lose loved ones have them either in urns, or they're buried, or whatever that they do with their loved ones remains. But for us, we did a cremation, and I thought this was the best way to not just leave her sitting on a shelf. I can take her with me everywhere I go, and she gets to see the world.
I think that is fantastic. That's so beautiful and so fulfilling. Also, you're wearing earrings. You do earrings. Did you do that with the earrings, or is the earrings just earrings?
These particular earrings don't have anything in them. They're just colorful. They're all hand cut glass, and each piece that spends 8 to 10 hours in the kiln. There's different firing schedules. There's a little bit of a science to it. They spend an overnight in the kiln, and then they come out. But each piece, like the earrings, are all hand cut. And then I put a little bit of ground glass on it, different colors, and however I want to blend it. And then the pieces that I'll be selling at the markets have sand in them from local beaches. I have sand from all of Manasota Key, all 4 beaches there. I've got some Venice Beach. I even have some Fort Myers Beach, Captiva, and Sanibel, but those are a little bit further away from us. But everyone loves Boca Grande. Everyone loves our beaches here. And then I have all the way up to Siesta Key.
Yes, I'm wearing one.
And again, I want to point out that, when I don't want anyone to think, oh my gosh, you're taking all the sand from the beaches, because it's again, very tiny amounts. Less than a quarter of a teaspoon. It's very tiny amount. So it's very sustainably sourced. It's just a little tiny amount, and that tiny amount will last me years. I won't have to get any. I just want everyone to know that it's not like we're taking giant scoops of sand from any of the beaches. It's a very tiny amount, but it just gives you a little bit to take with you.
I like them because of the memories. I mean, I remember when years ago, I've been here going on almost 18 years. I've been here a long time in Florida. But I remember my first, where I stayed for a short time, was in Sarasota, and I love the Siesta Key beaches. So this has the Siesta Key beach, and just the memories come back from it. And I, in Venice Beach is beautiful, Manasota, all the Florida beaches are really beautiful. But it's nice for people who, even if I live here, I love to have that feeling with me. for certain times they want to wear certain beach or necklaces with it. But also those who come, who visit, you know, they have the
Absolutely.
memory here, but they can take it back with them. And they
Right.
can have
People
a piece
love
of
that. They
that
make
beach. Yeah.
great gifts.
Yes, they do. And how can people order from you? Is there a phone number? Is there a website? Is there a Facebook page? Can they Google a Facebook page for you? How can they find
They
you?
can. I'm very new at all of this. My business just started back in June, so everyone has to bear with me a little bit. I'm not super technologically savvy, but I'm getting better at learning how to do the website. And I have a couple of great nieces that are helping me get that up and running. And I'm hoping to go live with the actual website after the first of the year. The season is coming. It's getting very busy for me. I'm trying to do about 6 shows this snowbird season, and I'm trying to get a lot of inventory built up. So I'm not quite ready to go live on the website yet, but I do have a Facebook page, and it's Manasota Monarch Designs. It's not set up that you can order through there, but you can message me, inbox me through the Facebook page, and I can get back to you. I'm very responsive with that. If you live locally here and you have a specific beach that you want done, I can put whatever sand in it that you'd like. And more importantly, for loved ones or even pets who have passed on, if you live locally, I could happily meet you, or you can drop it by my house, or I can meet you somewhere if you prefer, and I can do the ashes for you. You can choose colors. I have just about every color in the rainbow that you can do, and they all turn out beautiful, and no two are ever the same. And like I said, they won't fade or anything, but if you do drop them on some concrete or maybe a tile floor, they may chip or break, so you have to be a little careful with them. But overall, they're very durable. It won't fade or wash away. The color will stay there for as long as you have the necklace. But the Facebook page, if you just message me, I can get right back with you.
Oh, good. No matter where they live, they can send you a very small piece of the ashes
Absolutely.
Of their loved one.
Now, the post office, I want to point out, has very specific rules about mailing human cremains or remains. And so there's a frequently asked questions page on the postoffice.com or the USPS.com website you can go to find out how to go about that. Or if you stop in any post office, they'll be happy to tell you how to do it. It's a little more expensive for people to ship the ashes that way, but I mean, when you're dealing with something as precious as this, you want it to be handled with care, and it's worth it. And when I say more expensive, it might be like $20 to $30 to ship your ashes, which isn't terrible when you consider the importance of what you're doing, I guess.
Yeah,
And also, I wanted to point out that when I do work with the ashes, I treat them with the utmost love, respect, and care, because I know how important this piece is to someone and their person's remains, so I try to be very careful and respectful. I have a little workbench set up and put everything out nice, neat, and orderly, and I only use a very minuscule amount.
I'm going to bring up one of your necklaces because you do, isn't that beautiful? This is really nice. This is very, very pretty. It's very bright. You have different colors and things that people can purchase and buy. I think that's fantastic because I think your work is so fulfilling and from the heart, and your love that pours in it. And I'm also going to bring up one of the earrings so that people can see what they look like. They're pretty nice size. You're wearing a pair right now. I'm not, but you're wearing a pair. And
yeah, I'm wearing a blue pair.
And they're pretty long. They're not little baby ones, but they're not heavy. You know what I'm saying? They look
they're not heavy. And they come in different sizes too. A lot of people like the real long dangly ones, and they really look great in the light because the glass lets the light shine through. So when you have a little bit longer of a dangle, the light comes through, it looks great.
Wow,
but they come in lengths of, I can do like a half an inch, a full inch. They range from about a half an inch to 2 inches. I don't go any longer than 2 inches.
Wow, they're really pretty. We just really love them, and I think it's fantastic what you're doing. I really do, and I just felt like what you have is something that people need, and I think that's important because people need this, It gives them that sense of they're with me. No matter where I'm at, they're with me. You know, we know they are, but just something tangible is is really, and you can hold it when you miss them, you know, because I just grab, you hold it, you know, it's like you're just thinking of them in the moment, and you just hold it.
That's exactly what I do.
Yeah. And I think that is so beautiful, and so happy that you are doing this from your heart, from the memory of your mother who helped you launch this from the other side as she was passing, and her sign to you. And you are also in other stores. You have your products in other stores.
Oh, yes. I have currently necklaces and earrings for sale at Pop's Sunset Grill in their boutique. I don't know if you've been to Pop's Sunset Grill. They have an amazing little store inside the restaurant. They have great shirts and jewelry. But it was great that the owner gave me this opportunity to put my stuff there. I just happened to have breakfast there one day, and the waitress complimented me, and I said, "Oh, I was actually thinking of talking to the owner," and she said, "Oh, she's here today." And as soon as I met her, Kristen was great, had an instant connection, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I like your vibe." So they just have Nokomis and Casey Key sand in their products up there at Pop, because that seems to be what people want in that specific area, and she wanted to keep it, you know, for just that. So that all of the necklaces and earrings that are for sale at Pop Sunset Grill contain sand from Nokomis Beach.
Oh, that is so wonderful. Oh, what a blessing. I feel like you're being divinely guided to where and who your precious jewelry needs to be. And you're at all those markets now. You know, you said you're going to be in Venice, and are you in Inglewood? You kind of like
I'm in,
different areas?
I have 6 shows this coming season. So my first one is this Saturday, November 11th, at the Lemon Bay High School at the Manta Market. And the Manta Market has always been one of my favorite markets. This is my first craft show ever, so I'm a little nervous about it and see how it all goes. But I go to a lot of craft shows and I love them. And this particular show I've always really enjoyed going to. They have a nice variety of vendors. It's set up nicely, it's spread out nicely, so you don't feel like you're cramped in too close together. So I'm going to be there at every Manta Market through March, except for the January one. So I have 5 of them at that one. And then I'm going to be downtown at Maxine Barrett Park in Venice. It's actually close to Sharky's, I believe. That's December 3rd. So, you know, we're coming up on the Christmas season, so they make great gifts. A lot of the grandparents like to send them to the grandkids that come down and visit and sit on the beach. Everyone's got their own special beach. And so I have a nice variety of all of the different beaches. And that's kind of become my niche for the craft shows specifically, is they all have sand in them from some beach, or they may have a shell, or they have a couple of shark's teeth and whatever, if it's a home decor piece, not necessarily just jewelry. But they all have something that's relative or specific to this area.
Well, that is so amazing. We're getting really excited because it's time for the drawings. We want to make sure that everybody has to chat something while we're live to enter the drawing. And if you can say hi, or I've lost a loved one, we're going to be giving away our very first drawing. It's just going to take a second. I'm still learning how to get it to show, but I don't know how to do that yet. But it's really cool when it comes up, you see confetti. But I'm going to go, and I'm on another page, so I'm going to click and then see who the winner is. So let's just give it a second to see who the winner is. And the names are being drawn from the chat. This is why it's so important that you chat something to get in the drawing. It can be any time while we're speaking, while we are live. After live, there's no drawing. Only the people that are there while we're live. And here we go. We got a winner, and it's Kathy Thorsten, and she is winning the Oracle deck from Satyama Publishing Company, Whispering Herbs Healing Cards by Evelyn Molders. Thank you so much, Satyama. We so appreciate your contribution and all the love and work. They got amazing books, and they have Oracle decks and everything there. Go to Satyama Publishing Company. And now we're going to give away Beth's beautiful Venice Beach. Sand is embedded in this. You are going to want this. I love it. You can feel the energy in this. This is really cool. manifest Venice Beach, you know? So we're gonna take just a second, we're gonna run the little drawing here, and the drawing's being ran. It just takes a few seconds to get everybody's chat. And as their chat arrives, Rhonda, you are the winner right here. You're gonna get this amazing Venice Beach necklace, and this with the sand in it, with the heart that she created.
Yay.
It's from a lot of love, a lot of high vibrational energy in this. You can feel that love. And we're so excited. Make sure whoever has won, please email me your address and the way you want your name on to sherrylordpodcast@gmail.com, and I will be sending this out ASAP. Congratulations to Kathy and to Rhonda both for their wonderful gifts that they did. Thank you so much for joining, you guys. We appreciate everybody watching us. And again, how can people get a hold of you?
You can go to my Facebook page at Manasota Monarch Designs and message me. And then I think my phone number is up on the Facebook page as well. So you can message me through there as well. But I'll be real responsive and get back to you. And like I said, if you want to mail something to me, we can do that. Or I can meet you if you live local.
No, I think that is great. And again, you can go to www.sherrylord.com, and we have our information there. And if you want to see who the upcoming guests are, and please do so. We have amazing people just like Beth, and we're always getting people weekly. These are weekly guests that appear in our show. And if you want to be on our show, or if you want to place an ad, you go to the website, www.sherrylord.com. And we will see you next Tuesday at 10 a.m. Thank you for joining the Sherry Lord Show, and thank you, Beth, so much. We so appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, Sherry. This has been super fun. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.